What's up everybody, it's Mike from PC Classic Cars back with another test drive video. Today we are in this really cool 1972 Chevrolet El Camino. This one has a big block 454 and then a automatic turbo 400 behind it. Let it warm up a little bit and we'll take it down our normal test drive route here. Pop this door open and make sure I closed it all the way. There we go. Alright, so again we have a 1972 Chevrolet El Camino. This truck, or car, whatever you want to call it, has a 454 V8. It is not a numbers matching El Camino. This was originally a small block car. At some point someone swapped the 454 into it. Runs extremely well. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly when the motor was installed or how many miles are on it. It performs more like a stock big block than anything. Runs really well. Transmission shifts up through the gears, down through the gears really well. Pop it over just a little bit, get a little airflow here. But again, the transmission shifts like it should, and again, the motor has really good power for what it is. We'll let it warm up just a little bit before we get on it on our return trip back. What's really cool about this El Camino is it does have a factory AC system on it. The AC has been converted to R134A and it blows cold. This does have factory AC vents. You have 4 vents. You have the left, the 2 in the middle, and then the one over there on the passenger side. The volume of air that comes out of the 2 middle ones, and then also this one over here, is a good amount of air. The amount of air coming out over on the passenger side vent isn't as much air, but you do still get some AC that comes out of it. Overall, the inside of the cab isn't very large, so the AC does cool you down and does make you nice and comfortable when you kick it on. The heat also works. The drivability of this truck is actually really nice. It's a very tight driving El Camino. The front end feels good. The brakes feel good. It's just a nice cruising car. Cruising about 55, 60 miles an hour right now. The speedometer's off by about 10, so it's showing we're doing about 50 when we're probably doing about a little bit more than that. The factory dash clock is working, fuel gauge is working, horn works. You also have tilt, which is nice. On the interior here, all of the door panels, the carpet, the headliner, the dash itself, all that stuff is in really nice shape. My guess is it's been all redone at some point. The seat foam is really nice and comfortable. It's not broken down where if you sit in some of these where the foam is really old, where you sink down and it's an uncomfortable driving position. This one's actually really comfortable, and the foam and the seat cover have definitely been done. So it just makes it very comfortable. The dash is clean. There is like a little spot here where it looks like they probably had like a USB at one point. And there's like a little plate that they put in there. Without me telling it, you probably can't see it in the video, but there's like a little square spot right there where they had something auxiliary mounted at one point. And then you do have an aftermarket stereo as well. And I can't remember if I mentioned it, but it does have tilt, which is a really nice bonus. Should be warmed up good. There is no actual temp gauge. You just have your temp light on this one, but after about 5 miles there, we should be warmed up good where we can get on it just a little bit. Test out the power. That was about 70, 75 right there. Pulled really well. That was about half, 3/4 throttle. It actually performed well. The motor has good power, shifted nice and positive. And then again, some of the other mechanicals, you do have power steering, which works well. And then you have power disc brakes on the front, so the truck does stop nice. And I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth between saying that it's a car and it's a truck. Some people call these things cars, some people call El Caminos trucks. It's just to each their own on that one, so I'll just kind of go back and forth with it. As far as the underneath goes, it has had the floors redone. They used correct pans when they did it. They sectioned in the front and the rear pans. They welded them in, seam sealed them, and then the underneath of this has been undercoated, and it shows really well. Didn't find any current rust issues. They did a nice job on the floor replacement. The frame rails are also really nice, and then inside the bed is also really clean. It has a nice spray and bed liner, and then the bottom side of the bed looks good as well. As far as the paint goes, I would say that is probably going to be your negative on this one, and that's kind of why we have it priced where we do. Normally a big block El Camino with air is going to be quite a bit more expensive for me. This one, being that the paint is, I would just say, okay on it. It's got some hazy spots, some little spots here and there that have been touched up. Walking up to the car, the paint shows well, but when you get close and get down on some angles, or if you have it underneath the fluorescent lights like in my shop, you can see some of the hazy discoloration spots. But outside, it actually looks good. The blue has a really good pop to it. It's a nice combo with the cowl hood, the black SS stripes, and then the black vinyl top. It all just goes together and it looks really well. Just when you look at the paint in some certain angles, you can see some of those thin spots and some discolorations. Going down our bumpy road here, it's all stock style suspension, all of it checked out, and it performs really well. Looks like the front end's been rebuilt at some point. All your suspension components are stock style again, but it looks like someone has replaced them at some point, so all of that is in nice shape. All your glass is really clear and easy to see out of. Again, underneath the fluorescent lights, you can kind of see some little streaks in the glass, specifically the side windows and the back glass. But when you're outside, you don't notice it. Like the windows roll up and down like they should, but in the right light, you can see some little, like just little imperfections in the glass, and same thing with the back glass. But overall, everything is really easy to see out of. The windows roll up and down like they should. The vent windows open and close like they should as well. Exhaust has a really nice exhaust sound to it. Sit in the cab with another person. When you're in the throttle, you can still definitely have a conversation with the person sitting next to you. You open up the windows, when they're cruising, you can definitely hear the exhaust, but it's not anything that's overly loud or too obnoxious. But you get in the throttle, you can hear it, which is kind of what you want. You want a little bit of a happy medium there. You want to hear your exhaust, but you still want to be able to have a conversation while you're driving. As far as a couple little things not working, your washer sprayer fluids for the wipers aren't working, but the wipers themselves do work. And then your interior turn signal bulbs going to the right. The turn signals all the way around on the outside work. Your turn signal flasher on the inside here when you go to the right is working. When you click it onto the left, the little bulb on the dash is not coming on. So most likely that little bulb back there is probably burnt out, which is really simple and easy to fix. If you are going to be doing that, I always tell my customers to upgrade to the LED light conversion so you get a little bit of a better dash light. If you are cruising at night, sometimes the original dash bulbs are just a little bit difficult to see even if they do work properly. The LED conversion, you can buy them on Amazon or pretty much any AutoZone or auto parts store. They sell the LED bulbs for these old cars, and it's always a nice upgrade. I did it on my personal cars as well. Overall feel excellent driving El Camino. Has a great look to it. Love that it's a big block automatic with factory AC. Just a really cool combo. It's a good solid truck and it goes down the road well. Just a fun one to hop in and drive for sure. As always, I really appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else you want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment on the YouTube channel. You can call or text us directly at 903-820-1019. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com, or we are on all of the social platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and X. If y'all ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll see you on the next test drive video. Thanks again for watching. And we're back to the shop before it gets too hot. Got a little bit of cloud cover here in Texas today, so that is nice. It's been over 100 degrees the last few weeks, so nice to get a little bit of a cloudy day.